Spoiler alert. The protagonists are the others.
Oh.
You don't know that I'm sort of referring to The Others, the movie. Of course, even with The Others, I didn't need a spoiler alert. I already knew what the ending was from The Sixth Sense, but...
Huh.
Okay, so we saw The Fifth Wave.
I thought it was okay.
I'd say less than okay. It's yet another one of the young adult adaptations, and it is the start of a trilogy, and it's
Another trilogy.
It's not a very good start. Sure.
What is this? I feel that this is just sort of a replacement of the Hunger Games, you know?
Yeah.
Like, oh no, Hunger Games is over. What are we gonna do now?
Well, we still got 2 more Divergents and 1 more Maze Runner.
True.
Yeah.
Well, there's actually a prequel book now for Maze Runner.
Yeah, and Divergent. And Twilight. And 50 Shades of Grey.
Why? I hope you're joking about that Twilight thing.
I'm not. It's called Midnight Sun.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, well, to the Fifth Wave, it's... where do we start? We could start with how this movie... Okay, so Chloe Grace Moretz plays this teenage girl who gets lost out by herself after this alien invasion that has, well, 5 waves, and
hence the title.
Yeah, it starts with basically everything electric, just burning out.
No power.
Yeah, no cars. It's like
disease.
Yeah.
Invasion, and now...
Yeah. And actually the second one is a literal wave. Yeah, it's a tidal wave that takes out London, and the thing about that scene, the wave taking out London, what the heck was up with that one woman who's just standing there looking out at the incoming wave? I mean, it was nobody that...
Are you sure?
Well, okay, I think it was somewhere in Japan or something. I mean, first it was London, then it cuts to a different city.
That wasn't the writing on top of the building. That wasn't Japanese.
Oh, yeah, okay. But there's just some random woman who we never even saw her before that point, just staring out at the incoming wave. Who does that?
As someone knows the end is near, and they're contemplating life.
Yeah, okay.
I
guess it happens.
Yeah,
okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's and so as Cassie, who just like my dog is named after Cassiopeia.
That's not a
that's
really not a that's not foreboding.
And then Nick Robinson's character, Nick Robinson, was in Jurassic World. Nick Robinson plays a guy named Ben Parrish, who was one of...
promising.
Yeah. His name's Ben Parrish, and he was one of my old soccer mates. I'm not joking. Back when I was like 9 or something. His
nickname is Zombie. This guy has got dead written all over him.
Yeah, it's really funny when we were on soccer, when like during practices, when the coach would divide us for a scrimmage, and I was set on the opposite team as Ben Parrish. I would say, "You're gonna perish," and then I
think we're getting off track. Let's.
But here's the best part. He returns it with, "You're going to pop." Didn't see that coming. Okay, well, but we're getting beside the point. Okay.
Please stop. Okay. Your puns are getting...
Oh, come on. The first time we had Cam here, you laughed at his joke San Andreas had its faults. You fist bumped that. I got the proof. It's on YouTube.
Yeah, but that one was actually good.
Yeah, it was good.
That was an actual good joke. What you just did there bad puns.
A guy wakes up in the hospital after a serious
No!
accident. He says to the doctor, "Doctor, I can't feel my legs." And the doctor says, "I know you can't. I've amputated both of your arms."
What do we keep doing? Let's
get back to the movie. Okay. Okay, so
I liked it.
So Cassie's out in the woods, and she comes across this guy, and I knew right away that
This is a first we're actually going into the movie instead of actually talking about it.
Yeah, so I knew right away that this guy was going to turn out to be one of the others. Although we actually find out that he's half human, half other. I mean, just from the way he said, "I wanted to save you because it makes me feel more human." He says that like right off the bat.
Yeah, that
really gave it away. Yeah. And so okay. There's sort of a love triangle in this. Before Ben Parrish gets sent out to the army because they're gathering up kids to enlist in the
triangle. I mean,
yeah, not really, because this is how it works. Right before he goes out in the army, because these people are trying to get kids into the army because they know right away from us, testing them, that they're not one of the others. And this is before we find out that I kind of already spoiled it.
True.
Okay. So, but before he goes out, the only conversation that he has with Cassie is just one about cell phone cases.
Yeah, unlike the Hunger Games, where the character has a legitimate connection with both other members of of the triangle. In this one, she has anything.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, and so then she runs out to she meets the other guy out in the woods, Evan, and they kind of talk sometimes, but not enough. They're like when it's a movie that's based on the first part of a three-part series, do you really need to just dive right into the romance right away? I mean, you got time.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering why you need to.
Yeah, you got time to build up. That was actually.
I don't know why they need to have a love interest anyway. I mean,
no, because they want to appeal to the demographic, and
that's true.
And that's fine, but but when you've got like a three-part series, you got time to build it up. That was actually
that one scene where they're just standing around talking, and you go, okay, we don't have time for this.
Yeah,
we really don't. He just said something very important, and no.
This is like one of the things that I remembered about Ender's Game is that there's clearly kind of an attraction between Asa Butterfield and Haley Steinfeld's characters.
Not really.
But they don't just dive into it right away because it's the first in a series, which I don't know if there's going to be another one because the movie bombed. And I don't know Ender's Game.
Oh.
I think I don't think this one's going to do all that well though.
Although
we were at a 4:00 screening, so
true.
All right.
And you have.
Although there were some of the demographic in the theater I could tell. And honestly, actually, what was going on at the base with Ben and Ringer, that actually I thought was more compelling than what was happening out in the woods with Evan and Cassie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you don't know if that will ever. We don't know if it happened. Have you read the books?
I haven't read the books.
Well, neither have I.
Yeah.
I kind of want to.
Yeah. And actually, Ringer is played by Maika Monroe, and she's unrecognizable.
She's
and
probably the only way the best character in this.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, she's the best character.
Now
And so Maika Monroe you probably only know from It Follows, and that's why I couldn't recognize her.
We also get Liev Schreiber?
Liev Schreiber, yeah, he's in this.
Sabretooth.
Yeah. He was also in Spotlight.
Yeah.
And so there are things about this that I just kind of found corny and generic, but I was never really bored by it.
It kept me entertained all the way through. Although I must admit, I kept finding myself comparing this to one of my favorite paranoia films, John Carpenter's The Thing.
Yeah.
And how both species operate. The Thing I'm talking about the creature. This thing is like the ultimate infiltrator. Like, you can't get any better. And for those who have seen John Carpenter's The Thing, probably know what I'm talking about. And for those of you who haven't seen the movie, see it. It's definitely worth watching. I own it on Blu-ray. Did not regret it. Okay.
So Chloe Grace Moretz is actually a very good, relatively new actress. I mean, I don't know, she's been around for like 5 years or something, and I mean she's fine in this, but Alex Rowe, the guy who plays Evan, he's just another one of those.
Is Alex Rowe?
Yeah.
Where have I seen him before? It was driving me crazy throughout this entire movie. Like, where have I seen this guy before?
Yeah, he's just kind of another one of those kind of stiff, just handsome guys, you know Edward. I mean, he's not as embarrassingly bland as Edward, but yeah. Although he's not really gone. I know that. I mean, he's gonna. I mean, if he doesn't come back in the next one, if there is a next one, then his character was pretty pointless.
Let me just point this out. I'm not hoping for a next one, but if the next one does come out, yeah, I'll see it.
Yeah.
This did get me interested enough to oh, okay. Oh, next one. Let's go see it.
Yeah.
But
I would go see it.
I hope there's a new one.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, if for anything else, I'd go to see it just to do what we do. So,
I also found another comparison to another John Carpenter movie, They Live, and where the main character, played by the late I can't remember his name. He was a wrestler. He finds this pair of these pair of glasses that allow him to see that humans have been taken over. But the thing is, they don't know.
Yeah.
So the glasses allow him to differentiate between humans and the aliens.
Yeah. So when they're searching for aliens, it's so simple the way they find out that all they have to do is just take out the implanted tracker they have in the back of their necks. Like, the aliens didn't think of some way to assure that they couldn't take it out.
This is true, but
yeah,
they're children, you know.
Well, not all of them. I mean, Maika Monroe's like in her 20s.
Yeah. Okay, they're young. The younger someone is, it's easier to make them believe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have to.
I don't know. Having that in,
this makes me the whole thing with that point makes me think what the others really are. I mean, is the whole parasite story just a load? Also, the fact that there are sleepers out there, but yeah.
Yes. I kind of thought a few of the effects in this were a little iffy. And nothing outright terrible, but I don't know, like the blowing up the base of some of those flying stones kind of looked fake.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering how none of them hit that helicopter, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
There should at least be something.
Yeah. Something I will remember is that one kill that Chloe Grace Moretz had when she starts strangling the woman. The woman she's strangling lifts her off the ground, puts her against the wall, and she hoists herself up, and presses her feet against the wall, launches herself forward,
shoves her right into the glass.
Yeah, shoves her right in the glass. I'll be remembering that. I mean that. Yeah. And I think that's about it.
I have to say, I did sort of see the twist coming.
Yeah, I did too.
But I threw it away because they wouldn't. If that were true, then they wouldn't take the time to do what they did. You know?
Yeah.
They would have just killed them outright.
Yeah, and they wouldn't have had the working tanks and army jeeps and whatnot.
Also, one question is, if this is true, why don't the others have more advanced technology? Like, at most, we see the giant mothership and the small drones, but nothing else.
Yeah, there was that one.
No souped up guns, no anything else.
Yeah. There was that one cool visual at night when out in the forest we see a view of the sky, and you don't notice it at first glance, but the ship is actually up there with these blue lights on it, and it's just
stars.
a black shape. Yeah, that was actually kind of a cool frame.
But just the mothership and a couple of drones. That's all they got.
Mm-hmm.
They have to resort to using our weapons to kill us.
Yeah.
That's kind of
almost about as unadvanced as those guys from Battlefield Earth. A small little ship flies over occasionally and takes a still picture.
Or Signs.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not as dumb as the aliens from Signs.
Don't go.
I mean, at least these aliens did bring some weapons.
And of course, are not afraid of wood.
Yeah. All right. Well, all right. Well, my grade. So I didn't hate this movie, but I didn't really take much away from it that was really that was really phenomenal or anything. I would give it a C.
A lot like you, I enjoyed it. It carried me through the movie. I didn't really lose interest, but what interest I had wasn't really that much. So I'm gonna give this a C+.
Okay.
I mean, if, like I said before, I don't really care if another one comes out, but I will see it if another one comes out.
Yeah. The next one's called The Infinite Sea. I don't know if I said that before. I probably did. All right, so we have one trailer that we haven't discussed already here, and that's The Conjuring 2.
Really, we haven't. Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
No, we discussed that already.
Huh.
And X-Men Apocalypse I discussed with Alex Schubert and Chloe when we did our Star Wars video. So The Conjuring 2 is another supposed true story that was about Ed and Lorraine Warren, the same people who came to investigate the place in the first Conjuring, and James Wan is directing again. I'll see it as long as the poster isn't as freaky as that of Dead Silence. another James Wan movie.
Oh, yeah,
Have you seen that poster? I don't know really why. It's just whenever I come across it, whenever I stumble across it, I just get a heart attack.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Yeah, it's just like the face of like a demon doll or something. I don't know.
With its finger up, it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Let me see it.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to AMC Alderwood for Caged No More.
Okay then.
All right.